Well, the rumored Switch Direct Mini was in fact a thing. It actually happened about an hour ago. And I recorded my reaction to it. And let's just say I was very, very disappointed. That Direct was awful. Absolutely horrendous, guys. Hey, I'm Robert Storms. If you're finding me for the very first time, please be sure to click that like and subscribe button. Leave a comment. So the Switch Direct happened about an hour ago. Not gonna lie, I did film my reaction to it, and I had it uploaded for about 20 minutes, and then I decided to take it down, mostly because of copyright. I don't want to, mess up the copyright thing. Nintendo's kind of weird about that sort of thing. But, the Direct opened up. I was excited about this. I'm like, okay, what are we gonna see? Are we gonna see the rumored Mario, Sunshine, something like remastered? What are we going to see in this Direct? Are we going to get Metroid, Bayonetta 3, something big? Because we haven't really heard from Nintendo in a while. So there was about, 4 or 5 games that they showed off. They opened up with Cadence of Hyrule. It's like, okay, Cadence of Hyrule. I like the game. Never bought it, but I played the demo. I always wanted a physical copy of it. Well, they announced like 3 DLC packs, and then at the end, they're like, you get the complete, the whole thing, right? DLC and everything, the complete edition on October, right? And it shows the physical copy. I'm like, yes, all right, we're going to get the physical copy of Cadence of Hyrule. I'm down. And then they show WWE Battlegrounds. I'm like, okay, I'm kind of over wrestling right now. This looks interesting because it looks like it's going back to the arcade type style of wrestling, which I'm down with. I still don't like the character design. I know it's supposed to be, funny and stylized. I get it. I just really I don't like the design of it. But whatever. WWE fans, they have a game to play. And then they showed this other game, which I thought was like Rogue something. It was like, oh, okay, this is going to be like Watch Dogs for the Nintendo Switch. And it was just like an online third-person shooter. I'm like, I don't care about this. I don't care. I got burned on Payday. I went out and bought Payday for like $60 or $50, however much Payday was. And then I ended up like wasting my money because nobody played that game online. So I'm not buying another online game for Switch. If I'm going to play something like that, I'll just pay for it on Xbox or PS4 or PC or something of that nature. And then we get to 2 games that I don't know anything about from Atlas Games, right? Something to Tensei 3, or one's getting remastered, and then they announced the 5th one, and that's great. And I'm looking around going, who is this game directed for? It sure ain't fucking directed towards Jimmy, ain't that right, buddy? Yeah, it ain't directed towards Jimmy. We have no idea. What are these games? I never heard of these games in my life. I'm like, okay, well, maybe they're going to, I believe Atlas does Persona, right? I'm like, okay, they're going to remaster Persona, right? Or a Persona, and then we're going to get another Persona game. Like, that's what it's going to be, right? And it's like, no, some game I never heard of, nor played, and I'm willing to bet that the mass majority of people in this country has never played that game or heard of that game either, right? It's a very, very, very... it's a very, very niche market for that game. Like, it has a cult following. The mass majority of people who play Nintendo Switch, who play as like a Mario or Zelda or something, they don't know what that game is. They never heard of that game before. So, and then it ended. It's like, well, that's the end of the Switch Direct. I'm like, what? You introduced 5 games? You introduced 5 games in your Switch Direct. And then one game, Cadence of Hyrule, is already out. You just announced a DLC and then possible physical copy. You showed us a WWE game where you just had like 4 wrestlers just going, hey, oh my God, yeah, you can't see. Like, and Nintendo, I have your back. I love the Switch. I really, really do. This was a very, very disappointing Direct. In every way possible, this was a disappointing Nintendo Direct. I don't know, man. I'm very disappointed. You don't have to throw a Metroid Prime 4 or Bayonetta 3 or Mario Sunshine, but you could have threw something at us to make us go, wow. I mean, I just picked up Paper Mario, the Origami King. Haven't had a chance to play it yet because I'm still going through Ghost of Tsushima. I still can't pronounce that game for shit. And I'm gonna play Paper Mario right after I finish that game. And I'm always a Nintendo person. I love Nintendo, but man, this Direct was very disappointing. Super disappointing. Nothing that really excited me. But anyway, guys, Nintendo Direct. Didn't appeal to me personally, but what do you guys think? Am I missing something? Is the game's actually spectacular? And you're like, oh my god, I can't wait to get that remaster of that game that I can't even know how to pronounce. I forgot, like something Tensei 3, whatever. You know, it is what it is. I was hoping they would give us a hook, and they didn't give us a hook. They let us off the hook. Very, very disappointing, guys. Anyway, what do you guys think? Be sure to leave your comments in the comment box below. Hit that like and subscribe button. Until next time, as always, I'm Robert Storms, and that is my opinion.